Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Captain Marvel Adventures, issue number 55. Now, as you know, this story is meant to be a reprint from the original Captain Marvel comics, and originally Fawcett Comic had the rights before DC managed to get them and republished Captain Marvel in 1973 with the first issue that I covered. This one is mostly a reprint, and let's get on the story. It starts off how Billy Batson's complaining that people are being so careless throwing things around, and Billy says, but look at that poor old man. He collects bits of tin foil and old strings just to make a few pennies to live on. Huh? Some string too? I'll wind it up on a bowl. And of course, Billy Batson learns to his shock that the string is going to another dimension. And we learn that the other dimension is where a king lives, known as the King of Zeus Land. And this is his only appearance, so we never get to see what this world's like. And he says, "My rug! Who is unwinding my royal rug?" So of course he gets his guards to sort of try and pull the rug. And the old man says, "Oi! Somebody is pulling the string back! Shazam!" And of course, Billy Batson ends up becoming Captain Marvel and helps pull the string. And of course, the King of Zeus Land gets one of his subjects to throw a bomb, who mistakenly believes it's some sort of giant, and says, "Whoever is pulling the string will get the bomb, and I'll be blown up to bits." And of course, Billy Batson, or Shazam, sees that it's a bomb, flies it up in the air, which gets destroyed. And of course, tells the old man to cut the string, and tries to get Dr. Gwen. And of course, Dr. Gwen would only be his single appearance. And of course, he finds out that it can't be cut, so ties it to a string. And Dr. Gwen says, "Great Scott, you say the string is and all that." And so basically asks him to take him there. And we see Shazam flying him down to where it was, and Billy Batson learns that he didn't cut the string and says, "I couldn't, and when they started pulling, all the string back I tied to a tree." And so Dr. Gwen looks at the portal and says, "Amazing, astonishing, just as I suspected. This string goes into another dimension." And of course, they end up finding bars, and so Dr. Gwen makes a few miscalculations about the species. So the old man gets pulled into the other dimension known as Zeus Land, and Billy Batson can't fit due to him being too big, so turns back to a kid. So this implies that Dr. Gwen knows Billy Batson's secret identity, and probably knows he's Shazam. And of course, they manage to capture Billy Batson without Billy Batson explaining the whole thing. And of course, they mainly tie them up, and just as they're about to burn off their tongues, Billy Batson turns back into Shazam, and Shazam saying, "Let me do the poking, pal." And so manages to rescue the old man, beats down the gods of Zeus Land, and after that get back into another dimension, and basically pulls the string back in, and of course tells Dr. Gwen about his miscalculations and said, "I made a slight error," with Billy Batson explaining the story. And yeah, this is the story. So keep in mind, since this is meant to be a reprint and meant to be based on the Golden Age stories, this was a time when stories used to be quite silly, back with the Silver Age and the Golden Age. And I would say that you can tell Fawcett Comics weren't taking things too seriously, but was meant to be more like stories of the day, the random adventures of Captain Marvel. So I think this issue deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.